Okay, so it's the last question from Scoochie Mama 2 as part of Scoochie Mama 2's series. Thank you so much for writing in and asking so many fantastic questions. So the last question, why does Violin 1 receive the thanks and credit on behalf of the orchestra at concerts? Just a question I've wondered over the years. Thank you, and thanks for educating us. Day 163, Ask the Maestro. Well, it started many years ago when conductors didn't really exist. And in place of a conductor, it was the violin who was the leader of the ensemble. And they would essentially conduct from their instrument whilst playing. And then at some point, music started to get bigger, more complicated, orchestras developed, the romantic music started coming through, and conductors were needed more and more. But that link there with the first violinist still remained. And the string section is by far the biggest section in the orchestra in terms of number of humans playing, and the first violinist is fundamentally responsible for the whole of that string section, as well as being called the leader of the orchestra or the concert master. And a lot of it is down to players can look at an orchestral conductor and understand what they're trying to do. But there is some sort of ethereal element where you've got a stick and you're doing that, and the players need to know, when do I need to play? Is it up here, up here, up here, down there? And the more you work with an orchestra, the tighter that will be. But if you are physically looking at the leader or their body language, you can see when they are hitting the bow. That's a very, very specific, accurate thing. So tricky rhythms, tricky elements where you need to keep the players together, especially the string players. A lot of the string players will almost ignore the conductor and look at the first violinist and take the cue from that person instead. It's just a tighter, neater way. Nothing wrong with that. Best thing I can do from a conductor point of view is get out of the way to make sure that that can happen. And so that position of leader of the orchestra, of concert master, has developed over the years, and it's a vitally important part of the orchestra now, and that's how it came about. So there we go. Thanks, Scoochie Mama 2, for all your questions. If anybody else has many questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll answer them in a series. I'm Robert Emery. See you tomorrow for more Ask the Maestro.